Hello, everyone, and welcome to another race yet in this All Bosses Dark Souls tournament. I'm here joined by Nax.
Hello. I'm ready to make my commentating debut.
Nice. And we're going to be watching commanderAIK versus 2RED2Game, two well-known players, runners in our community. It looks like I don't remember exactly what route Red used in the last race. I know that Ike is going to be using the ES Mayless route that I just did in the previous race.
Yeah,
I
I can't
think
remember either, so it'll be
I
a
I,
surprise for both of us.
I think Red is doing like ES Mayless, but uh, old ES Mayless, like the one before we introduced the Gothless Calamite. But I'm not sure. Maybe he updated. I don't remember. Anyway, we are ready for players to for the countdown to begin, and we will be going on in just a few seconds.
We will get Red's timer on the screen, so maybe the
Oh yeah, I didn't realize that.
maybe we won't start right away until we get that timer going.
Yeah, I didn't realize
Yeah,
that
I
Red's
didn't
timer
either.
was missing.
Uh,
Probably Regal is gonna reach to. There you go.
okay, we've started.
No, that's. But we might have to.
Oh,
Yeah, we're gonna
okay, I
have to
think.
restart. We might have had communication problems. Red's timer wasn't showing, and it seems like the timer started, and Ike didn't get it, and Red started. So we're gonna reset. We're
we
gonna
were we
get
were trying to
to.
set up before the starting time, so we may have
Yeah.
rushed a little bit.
So yeah,
It's all
we
right.
we're gonna wait a little bit for our players to set up again, and we are. I don't know if we're ready. We are gonna wait a little bit, see what Regal says. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to wait for a new race lobby to be made. Just a little bit of time, and once everything is done, we will be ready to go. Anyway, we can make some time talking about the difference in route that we were mentioning earlier. If if my assumptions are correct that Red is going to be running all the Esmailes, that means for those who haven't been keeping up with all the route changes that have happened in the last few months, um, there was a change, a discovery made by Endroft, who found the way to kill Calamid without actually using Goff to shoot him down, which is what me and Doc just did in the previous race. So if my assumptions are correct that Red is not going to be using that, we are going to be seeing Red use a little bit of an older route, which actually has to fight Calamid like the proper way that you might be familiar with.
Yes,
And
red is confirmed. Old ES Malus route, he
oh
says.
yeah, okay. So
So
yeah, Red will be using less magic than Doc and me were using. So we will be seeing more of that glorious Dragon Banana melee action from Red. While we will be seeing more or less the same from Ike, only without force quitting.
all right, I think we're about to start. I believe we're starting pretty soon here.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes,
yep,
we're
I'm
ready.
ready, Regal.
Okay, now everything should be fine, and timer should be starting to tick up in a few seconds, and the race should be going in any moment. Yeah, there we see the
Ready.
countdown on Red's timer going from negative to 0, and once we reach 0, it's go time. So
no.
there you go.
Okay, I thought Ike started or ended the timer too early, but we're good. We're good.
We're good. Oh, we see Ike missing the key. Classic. I think that's the first time that has happened in the tournament so far.
Every once in a while it happens because the runners
Yeah.
try to, I think, two-hand the hilt right away so that they can block coming out of the door. So sometimes when you're in the middle of two-handing the hilt, it just doesn't let you pick it up.
Yeah, and the reason
So,
they do that is because we might as well start explaining one of the most asked questions, which is why are the players toggling their weapons all the time? That's because performing any upper body animation in this game skips a little transition animation that happens between when you go from jogging to sprinting, and which results in basically accelerating faster. So that works with toggling the weapon. That means switching your left or right hand weapon. It works with blocking too. That's why we see when players open a door or something like that, they will often be blocking and start running after opening the door. It also works with two-handing and there was some and switching the arrow type with the bow, which is called bow toggling.
Oh my god, I just got hit by it.
okay, I think Ike got hit by the boulder, but very
Nice.
minor, very minor. The
Yeah,
run,
not used to. Not we are not all that used to with this route with thief start in general to be baiting the boulder, because we usually use the stand-up animation after a quit out to destroy that wall, but that is lower in real time. So in the races you will see players avoiding doing quit outs, which would usually save time in game time, but in this case, if it's avoidable, you will see players avoiding to quit out, which will make the races honestly more enjoyable, because having to sit there while the
yeah.
main menu loads and all that isn't that exciting. And we have both runners heading to Undead Burg, the first area in the game.
Yeah,
They're
it's
going
gonna be
by.
the routes are very similar until after Ornstein and Smo. So
Yeah, basically.
um,
The main
there's a
difference
few
there.
few differences, but
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, yeah. I think the only difference up to Ornstein and Smo are freeing Logan in sense. So, but other than that, it's gonna be pretty similar for the first 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, and we see here players are heading for the merchant. They are gonna go grocerying a little bit. Gonna buy some arrows. The rapier, which is gonna be a weapon that we won't use. They won't use to attack. Well, sometimes yes, but most of the time it won't be used to attack. But it will be used a lot for a glitch that we will explain a little bit later when it comes up. They will also be buying a bow, which will also come in play with that glitch. And they will be using the first glitch of the run, which is prompt swapping, to basically scam the merchant and buying the bottomless box by way cheaper than it actually is. They are buying the bottomless box but the merchant thinks they are buying a firebomb, so they pay the firebomb price for the bottomless box, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to purchase it because it's very expensive. Well, it's not very expensive, but they don't have enough souls.
And the bottomless box will also be used in another glitch later on.
Yeah,
Um,
we use that merchant serves many
yeah,
means.
he sells a lot of useful things for speedruns.
Yes. So players are approaching the second boss of the game, Taurus.
So their
First,
goal here is to try not to roll, because you can dodge all of these without rolling. And of course, the more you have to roll, the more time you lose. So both of them did some pretty nice fights.
yeah, we see I coming out a little bit ahead, but not something that will be super meaningful unless the race is as close as it was yesterday's race between Mario and Kata. And now we head to Hellkite, which we will be cutting the tail from him and using that sword that he drops for the very early game until we reach an Orlando where the runners will get another weapon, a bigger weapon to use for the rest of the run.
Yeah, pretty much just it's just for something to kill Iron Golem with.
Basically,
That's
yeah.
basically it.
It has an ability. It has the R2, which comes in handy a couple of times in the route that AIK is doing. Red won't be using it for that matter, but AIK is, and that is breaking a wall in Sense Fortress to free Logan. We're gonna see that in a bit. And we're approaching probably one of the biggest skips, one of the biggest glitches in the run. It's called Sense Gate Skip. Why don't you go ahead, Nex, and explain a little bit what it is about?
Sure. So the purpose of this skip is to, of course, like the name suggests, skip the Sen's Gate in front of the fortress. So you're seeing Ike. He parried the hollow, and now we get like a top-down view, and that's actually like the death cam you get when you're falling. I'm sorry if I make a mistake, but yeah. So he hit like a death plane, and so now the game actually thinks he's dead basically, and it's not loading any new assets. So he's gonna, after he uses the bonfire here, you're gonna see some weird. There you go. So you see there's like nothing there that's loaded, and that includes the gate. So he's actually just gonna walk through the gate and then reload his save file, and then that will actually trigger the game to load everything again. So
yeah, and this is very nice because it allows the players to reach an Orlando early, which means mainly obtaining the lore vessel early, which is it's good because it saves a lot of time having the lore vessel, not having to run from one place to another, having the ability to warp, but also because in an Orlando is where our main weapon is waiting for us. So if we had to do Gargles and Quillag with the Drake Sword, it would take a lot longer than it will take later when they do it with the Dragon Tooth, which hits a lot harder. And here we see Ike just performed the glitch that we were mentioning, that we were talking about, which is called Move Swap. It basically is a glitch that allows players to transfer the running attack, plunging attack, backstep, and rolling attack from one weapon to the other. And it is used to basically use a heavy weapon like the one we will use later that hits very hard, but with the moveset of a fast weapon, in this case the rapier that we bought earlier. So now we're using it with the Drake Sword, which isn't a super powerful weapon, but when we get the Dragon Tooth, you will see how funny and how crazy it can be.
Yeah, so Ike had a little problems with Logan there. He broke the wall with the Drake Sword heavy attack, just like we mentioned before. I honestly don't really know why that works, but it does. And
it's basically, I think it's basically the R2 from the Drake Sword pushes the snake into the wall and the wall breaks or something like that. I think it's not the actual attack that breaks the door, it's the snake. I don't know exactly how the snake breaks the wall, but it's a snake.
Yeah, and then you saw Ike trying to make the snake basically not. He was trying to like bait the snake so he didn't come towards Logan, but unfortunately he still came towards Logan.
Yeah.
I think Logan survived though, which is what matters in the end.
I'm not sure if Ike finished Logan's dialogue. I guess he did because he knows what he's doing, and
yeah, because he also got hit while talking.
Yeah.
So, but I think it was fine. Yeah.
The reason he did that, by the way, is because he wanted to avoid quitting out. If you quit out after breaking the wall, the snake just stands there chilling in his initial animation, so you don't have to worry about it. But again, since this is an RTA race, I wanted to save real time by not having an extra quit out. And that ended up biting him. That ended up costing him probably more time because he had to dodge the snake, and it was a risk. He could have died there.
Yeah.
And currently, both players are Iron Golem, probably the hardest boss in the run. It's probably the hardest boss, maybe like top 3. But yeah, the reason that it is the hardest boss in the run might not be super obvious, but it's because you have to hit the ankles in a very specific way, like the positioning, the
Yeah.
way you attack, the timing with with you attack with, and all that, it matters. So you see, Ike had to quit out and redo the fight because he didn't manage to get Golem to fall because he messed up a little bit, and Golem wasn't facing the right way, so he lost a lot of time because of that. That's why we say it's a very hard boss.
Yeah, even the slightest, even like being out of position in the slightest is actually it can just completely ruin your fight. So it takes quite a bit of practice to figure out the positioning for that Iron Golem fight.
And there's also, it's not like it's scripted, like if you do it perfectly, it will go perfectly every time, because you have to react to a couple of different moves he can do after the second attack. But yeah, well, now both players, I don't think any of the players took the Annul on the Bonfire, so
No.
they are going to be at the mercy of the Painting Guardians.
Yeah. But they're going to be taking the bonfire right after, so
That
it's
was very close.
It's still scary on the rafters, but they are getting one very soon to be a little safer.
That
Well,
might
also it's
not
hard, but
that which should just happen to Red might not have looked like it was super close to someone who hasn't played the game enough, or a lot, I might say. But that Painting Guardian with that jumping attack, if it gets close enough to your back, that attack transforms into a backstab like immediately, and it was very close. It oh wow, I just blindly
that was
dodged.
a nice forward dodge on that. Yeah.
Wow, that was actually impressive.
It's harder to dodge
And
those because they're moving with you, but
yeah, and
that
you
was
actually
good.
have to dodge them by ear because you're not seeing them throwing them to you. I always get hit by those.
Yeah, I usually turn around and block, but that also makes you fall off the rafter sometimes. So
Yeah. So we see both runners successfully getting over rafters. It was kind of close for both of them, honestly. Uh, Red almost got insta backstab by the first Painting Guardian, and I managed to very skillfully dodge a knife that would have dealt a lot of damage because he was running, and it would have been counter damage. So I don't know if it would have killed him, but it would have been a lot of damage. It might have not allowed him to do the jump because of leaving him at very low health. And now we are going to see Red attempt a quit out after getting down from this elevator, or maybe not. Yeah, I say yes.
ooh.
This quit out, what it does is the player performs the quit out when they are on stable ground after the elevator, right here. But the elevator hasn't reached the final destination yet. It is just barely reaching, but it hasn't reached yet. So when the game loads back in, the player is at that stable ground thanks to the jump over the railing, but the elevator is reset to the initial position. So that allows us to later the players will warp to that bonfire, the Dark Moon Tomb bonfire, and they will use that elevator again to go to the Painted World. So having the elevator down saves a little bit of time.
All right. Oh, Red getting
Oh.
hit by the lightning, that's something you got to listen for. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
another.
always trivial to dodge that one. It definitely
No,
happens to everyone every once in a while.
it's especially hard if it comes like at the end of the. Oh my god.
That was smart decision on Red
Yeah,
by
yeah.
Red.
I got that exact thing happen in my race, like the previous race, and I died because I didn't make the smart decision
Yeah.
to quit out.
So Ike
good call.
Ike turned around to dodge the lightning, which is a little safer.
Hmm.
So then you don't have to listen, and you can actually see it. Here's another good use of the Drake Sword
Yes.
R2.
So now both of our players are approaching the moment where they will pick up the main weapon for the run and also fight one of the most iconic bosses in Dark Souls, ONS, Ornstein and Smough. This fight is, alongside with Golem, probably one of the hardest, especially because we have very low damage. Thankfully, we can tank like 1 or 2 hits depending on what they are, because we don't have our TSR, so the players can go at full health to the boss. But that doesn't. It would be better to have our TSR because the boss would die a lot quicker. So
I'd
it would
also
be
say it's less hard, but more RNG heavy, more
yeah
RNG dependent
that
rather
is
than
fair.
hard.
That is fair.
It's really Ornstein more than Smough, of course. Ornstein just likes to hop around and have lots of iframes if he
Yeah,
chooses to do so.
and Smough loves to shovel with his big hammer, which can be very annoying. And he also likes to. He's very smart and he really likes to wait for you to do something in order to attack when Ornstein and Smough are together. So you get like a very good chance to hit Ornstein when, like, at the beginning of the fight, like we see here Red do when they're separated. But when they're together, it's very scary always to attack Ornstein, because as you can see now, Smough likes to just walk around and do nothing until you do something, and then he just mashes you with hammer.
So that was what I'm talking about him jumping around.
Yeah,
Could have had the kill there, but he jumped out of the way.
Ornstein is very good at dodging. So we see both players almost simultaneously getting done with first phase.
Yep.
Now we
But-
hopefully don't get a lot of memes from Smough in second phase.
So Ike is still slightly ahead well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say he's ahead, but he did have to free Logan, even though they look pretty even now.
Yeah.
It's hard to say if they're
We-
ahead because there's other differences in the route, but
Yeah, we have to keep in mind when we talk about who's ahead, the fact that Ike's route is faster than Red's route in the late game, like objectively, because he has to do less stuff and he has more damage. Like, for example, Ike will get to do 1 king instead of 2, which Red doesn't have the option to. And also, what we mentioned at the beginning of the race, Red has to actually fight Calamid, like melee Calamid, and he has to go talk to Goff, get the key in order to talk to Goff, and that's a lot of time that Red has to invest in fighting Calamid, while Ike will just go there and shoot him with soul spears.
I'm learning strats from Ike right now. He chose to go to the closer bonfire instead of using a bone.
Yeah.
Because I guess it's faster, real time than going
Yeah,
through the loading screen, maybe.
we were talking about that. I'm not sure if anyone timed it. Maybe someone timed it and I missed it. But that was something that was discussed. But I think it just stood there in the nothing, and I don't think anyone actually timed it. But it seems like Ike is. We are listening to someone saying, because I think.
Oh, did I lose you?
I think I was listening to I think I was listening to Ike, because I didn't have him muted, and it seems like he has his mic on his stream, and he
Oh,
was singing. And I was very confused. I was like, wait, where is this sound coming from? Is it
okay.
coming from the stream? Is it coming from my PC? Is someone trolling me? That's why I stopped there for a moment.
Okay.
But it was me. It was me. You probably didn't hear anything.
I
And
have the streams muted and Ike is muted on the Speed Soul stream, so we're good. We're good.
Yeah. I got very confused. So anyway, let's move on from that. We see both players. This is what I was talking about earlier about Sensegate Skip being very useful, not only because of getting the lore vessel earlier, but because we get to do these early game bosses with the Dragon Tooth, and you see right there, Gargles get absolutely destroyed with the Dragon Tooth move swapped. And yeah, our players are still pretty much in sync with keeping in mind that there's root differences, and
Yeah,
that
this-
if they keep being synced, Ike is going to pull ahead. Like if both players keep going at their best, Ike is going to be ahead because his route is just like a minute faster than Red.
This is where the routes are going to differ. So Red is going to go to Stray Demon, and Ike is going to go down to Quelaag and get the bonfire down there. So now they're not synced up. But
Yeah, we are going to see Red is going to be fighting Stray with his Dragon Tooth +0, which we just saw how powerful Dragon Tooth is against Gargles, but we are going to see that it is not as powerful against Stray, being at unupgraded and not having RTSR. It's going to be a pretty long fight. Stray Demon is one of the bosses that has the biggest health pool in the game. I think it's comparable to like Menace and Calamite and Forking. Like that boss has a lot of health, and yeah, it's going to take a while for Red to kill it. While Ike is going to be doing it later with sorcery, and that's going to be a lot faster. You will see.
yeah, Ike, yeah, you can stand. Well, I think it's more damage, but you can also just stand far away and keep casting magic. Well, with the DT,
Yes.
the Dragon Tooth, you gotta actually get close to him, which you can't do when he's spamming AoEs.
Yeah, and since you are doing move swap, you can like miss running attacks, and you have to actually. One problem with doing this boss with move swap is that it's actually pretty easy to miss, especially if it's standing in this like kind of elevated ground in the middle. You have to kind of like hit the tail, and you can miss some hits. We see there, Red just got only one of the 2 hits that the running attack has.
Yeah. Oh, he's choosing to heal.
Yeah, that's good. Like if
Yeah,
you,
you got the
while
time,
you
I
wait,
guess.
yeah, while you wait for him to come down after that attack.
That heal is mostly useful. I think he's doing it for the knight, the Black Knight coming up, not necessarily for the boss. Is my
Well,
guess.
it helps if you mess up and get hit. You can survive 1 explosion at full health, I think, if you're not if you don't get counter damage. It doesn't really matter that much if you get hit by if you get killed. Oh yeah, it does matter in this route actually. Yeah, Red needs these souls that he has. So yeah, that's why he really doesn't want to die to this Black Knight, as opposed to Ike, which since he's doing Stray later, he doesn't really need the souls after Stray, so he doesn't care if the Black Knight kills him. Yeah, that was a pretty nice Quelaag. That's something, I can only dream of.
Yeah, something on Quelaag is if you hit her back, then it actually triggers that like attack that she did there. So you actually do that on purpose so that she doesn't start moving away or do a different bad attack.
Mm-hmm.
So that was played very well. Oh, he's keeping Aingi alive. Merciful.
Yeah. Well, he's punching him in the face, but yeah, I guess that's more merciful than killing him. So yeah, we see Red now approaching Blighttown, and we see him do something that Ike did too, and we didn't mention, and which is buying the catalyst from Rickard. Because even though Red's route is less focused on sorcery, he will be using sorcery, mainly Hidden Body and Dark Beat in the late game. So yeah, both players need to get a catalyst from somewhere, and the fastest way to get it, it's a little bit awkward, but the faster way of getting a catalyst is buying it from Rickard there. And meanwhile, Ike is duping the Soul of Quill. Like he's basically again scamming Framed, making him think that he has a lot of souls of Quillag and selling them to him, so he gets a lot of souls.
Yeah, Red had a, I don't know if you saw, but Red had a very interesting plunge there.
Yes,
He did
I
only
saw
half the
it.
plunges, and and it was with the Dragon Tooth. That's, you know, it worked though.
Yeah,
Can't
maybe I
deny that
need
it
to
worked.
try that.
So normally
Um,
you want to like do those plunges with nothing equipped because that actually lets you roll earlier, and like sometimes you can't roll right away if you have more equip load, and then you actually just die. But yeah. Also, I think just plunging with the Dragon Tooth in general, you have a more delayed roll.
yeah, I don't know
So you
about that,
generally
but
don't
yeah.
want to do that.
Yeah, you generally want to, as Nak said, you want to be low on equipment, so your rolls are longer and faster, so you have more invulnerability frames and less chance of rolling too early or too late.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of levels from that insane scamming at Framed. He basically fakely sold the soul, like, I don't know, it's like 300 and like, no, it's actually like 3,300 times or something like that. So he got 30 something million souls, and he used those to level up a bunch. And he also bought 4 soul spears from Logan, again scamming him with the same, using the same method he used to scam Fram, which is quantity storage. And now he has a lot of intelligence. He's a very clever boy. He has a lot of health, a lot of stamina, a lot of dex, a lot of strength.
And now we'll see
And
the amazing Stray Demon fight.
yeah,
Amazing improvement.
you will be able to see the difference we were talking about earlier.
So if he gets lucky, he can literally just stand there and spam R1.
Yeah, that's rare though. It can happen.
He did have to move a bit, but oh, Aingi
Yeah,
also surviving again.
yeah.
There you go.
And yeah, Red. I got a pretty decent straight fight, and you see that was a lot faster than Red's fight. So now, Ike is looking like he's behind, but he's actually a little bit ahead because they are heading to the same boss right now. Right now they are even on bosses. They just switched the order of Quillag and Stray Demon, and both are now going to the Painted World. Well, and it looks like Red is a little bit ahead, but keep in mind that I just did all that duping, which takes quite a bit of time, and Red is going to do the same thing, but it's he's going to be doing it later. So Ike is actually ahead on that regard. And in the
Yeah.
Painted World, we are going to see our runners pick up an object, an item that is usually only used for PvP, which is the red soapstone. But in this case, I mean,
Basically,
and
they're gonna equip it in their ring slot using
yeah,
a glitch
basically,
called equip slot manipulation, and then yes, and then we'll see later, or we can explain it later. Well, no, I'll just say it now. Basically, the soapstone that they pick up and the ID. Basically, the ID for the ring, the red tear stone ring, and the soapstone they pick up are shared. They have a different slot that they're assigned to, but they have the same ID. So when you put one in the ring slot, it becomes the ring of that ID. So
yeah, because
something like that.
basically the game goes, oh, this is the ID. This item is a ring because it's equipped in the ring slot.
Oh my god, that was
And
close.
since oh oh wow, okay, well, Red managed, so everything is fine. So yeah, the since it's equipped, it's not a ring, but since it's equipped in the ring slot, the game goes like, oh, that has to be a ring, right? And it looks at the number, the ID number for the item, and since it's the same ID as the red tearstone ring, and it has to be a ring, then the game goes, okay, it's a ring and it's this ring, so it uses the red soapstone as if it were a red tearstone ring, which is, in case you don't know, it's a ring that boosts your damage when you're at low HP, and it's one of the most powerful tools for speedrunning because it gives you a lot of damage. We see already one of the big differences in the routes, not because of what is faster or slower, but because we see how important it is that AIK is doing all of this and having like 3 times more health than Red does.
Yeah,
Because Red almost died to
very scary.
one arrow. Like he almost dies to one arrow, while I could have taken like 5 arrows and still be at half health there. And also Priscilla with magic is a little bit more comfier than Priscilla with melee. That said, both players managed to get past her, no problem.
Yeah.
And they are going to be headed right now to perform the glitch that we were explaining earlier with the soapstone.
Yeah, but
In order to
first
do
they're
that
gonna
glitch,
do a little shopping.
yeah, they're going to be scamming. They're going to be scamming yet another vendor. Because in order for that glitch to happen, in order to do the ESM glitch, they have to be something that's called crammed, which means that they have their inventory is full basically. So this game, it doesn't show you, but this game has a mechanic that's brought from Demon Souls, which is that you have actually a limit for how many things you can have in your inventory, which is a weight total of 10,000 units. And it so happens that the pike weighs 10, if I'm not mistaken. So having 999 of it fills your inventory. So you are in this state that it's called crammed. So when you try to unequip a ring while being crammed, the game gives you this funny dialogue that you might have seen. Uh, I don't know if I missed if Red already did it. I don't think
I
he
missed
did.
it too.
But I just did it, and you might have seen that when he tried to unequip the ring, he got this funny message that said dialogue question mark dialogue question mark, and that is what allowed him to equip the soapstone in the ring slot, becoming a red tearstone ring in that case.
Yeah, so they're both quitting out here, even though it might seem slow for real time. But they're doing it because there's enemies following them, and they need this bonfire, so they need
Yeah.
to rest here.
You can kill the trees in order to get access to the bonfire, but that can result in some memes like we saw yesterday. Yesterday Mario had a tree like very far away from the bonfire that's
Yeah.
still blocking him, and that ended up costing him a lot more time than if he would have quit out.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
both players playing it
ideally,
safe.
you wouldn't, but
Both players playing it safe, quitting out, doing what they do in normal runs. And now they are both headed to kill Hydra. Although here we are going to see another big difference in route. Ike is going to be killing Hydra with soul spears, sniping the heads, while Red is going to be having to wait for the heads to come down for the Hydra to attack in order to attack the heads with Dragon Tooth, which is going to be much slower. You will see. Red is
yeah,
also taking the bonfire, doing that insane RTSR that he does that leaves him at like 2
I've
HP.
never seen that. That was very spooky.
Yeah, and that's not a coincidence. He always does
Yeah,
that. I've seen him
very
run a
deliberate.
couple of times, and he always does. And yeah, Red is also apart from attacking the Hydra, he has to throw some fire bombs because by doing 3 R2s on the not R2s, leap attacks on the heads, the Hydra still survives with a little bit of health, and throwing 3 fire bombs at it is what finishes it. And it's faster to throw 3 fire bombs than to do an extra attack. But yeah, here you see Ike is already killing the Crystal Golden Golem to free Dusk, while Red is still struggling. Well, not struggling, but dealing with the Hydra. And the reason you see the players free Dusk is because that's killing the Hydra and freeing Dusk is needed to access the DLC, which they need to access because there are bosses in the DLC, and since all means all, those bosses have to die too in order for the run to be all bosses.
The Hydra is not a boss. They're not killing Hydra because it's a boss.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes that's something that people ask. Sometimes if the Hydra counts as a boss, it's not. But we need to kill it. Aside from entering the DLC, there's that's the only reason Red frees does. We are going to see Red just boning out immediately after freeing her, but Ike actually went back and summoned her because Ike needs to summon Dusk in order for her crown to appear later. And Ike is going to be using the Crown of Dusk, which boosts your magic damage. While Red, since he's not doing a lot of sorcery, Red doesn't need it. Also, Ike is taking this opportunity to buy Hidden Body. Red is going to be buying it later from Elizabeth, the mushroom in the DLC.
Ike also duped his scales there because they're both going to get +5 Dragon Tooth, but they do different dupes. So Ike didn't actually do any Dragon Scale duping when he was leveling because he didn't have any Dragon Scales. But that actually allowed him to level earlier. But now Red is actually relying on the Dragon Scale from Hydra, so he has to level after that.
But yes, so Red is going to be doing the same dupes that we saw Ike do earlier. It's not the same exactly. It's a little bit different. He's duping Priscilla's soul instead of Quillag's soul, which gives more souls, so it takes less clicking. But it's basically the same, and he's also using this opportunity to dupe the Dragon Scale, which Ike had to dupe by different means. So now we see now Ike is finishing his powering up. He's now leveling the Dragon Tooth. He's getting the Dragon Tooth to +5, while Red is actually doing those levels, getting those levels that I got earlier. He's getting them now, as well as upgrading his Dragon Tooth too. So after Red is done leveling, our players are going to be even in terms of the difference in when things are done. Like I duped earlier, Red duped now, but now everything that's left is more or less the same.
Yeah, except the bosses might be in a different order near the end. I'm not really sure how Red or Ike does it, but should be pretty similar, yeah.
Did neither of our players killed Sif yet, did they? Because
no,
that would be weird. They both did. I don't know if Red did Butterfly and missed it because that's a very quick boss. I think he didn't. I think he's going to. Yeah, because you do Butterfly and Sif after Archives. I think in all Dias Melees. Ike did kill Butterfly. I saw that. So yeah, they are not even. Ike is a boss ahead, and they're going for. So Ike is a little bit ahead. It's quite ahead. He has a boss ahead, and he's also ahead in the same segment. Also, Ike is using his advantage of already having Hidden Body, while Red doesn't have it yet. He will get it later, so he can use Hidden Body for this segment, which makes it a little bit more comfy, a little bit more safer, and also he gets to just go straight in the middle here, while Red is going to be having to take a little bit of a detour to avoid the channeler.
Well, he could go down the middle, but not advisable.
It's a little bit risky. That channeler deals a lot of damage, and he will also block you if he sees you. The reason I got to get through is because the channeler was dancing. So now we see both players approaching one of the most famous skips in the game, a skip that one of the few skips actually that doesn't involve any glitches, which is just it's a skip that it's just performed by a clever use of geometry, jumping in places where you are meant to be jumping, presumably. So yeah, and I just got it on the first try. This
Yeah, this
skip,
one you don't want to miss it. You'll lose a lot of real time.
yeah,
They both got it luckily, but you do not want to miss that in a tournament race.
yes. This skips all it skips the scripted death with Seath, where you have to go up there and let him kill you because he's immortal, and then you go to the jail, and you have to go get the key, go up again. That's a very long segment, and that's a couple like 2, 3, or even 4 minutes that it takes, and you skip all of that thanks to that little innocent jump on the railing with the elevator. And now we are going to see our players head towards the actual fight with Seath, where you can break the crystal that makes him immortal and actually kill him. I don't think we're going to be.
Ike was considering the
Yeah, it looked like,
faster but more difficult drop, but then he
and
decided not to.
and Ike almost threw himself out of the cliff with that roll. He was
Yeah,
very close to falling.
that was close. We'll see. Is
But
Red gonna do the manly drop as we call it?
let's see.
Nope. He's
Yeah, no one is
not.
adopting my insane jumping method of doing manly skip. I don't know why. It's super consistent, actually. Maybe I have to actually get good runs for people to look at my strats. Anyway, here we see another example of Ike having it a little bit of a better time because of the difference in route. Ike already has hidden body, so he can use it to safely go through the clamps without having to worry about them getting into the fight or killing him before he gets in. And he can just take care of Seed without having to worry about them. While we see right now, Red has to go on this little detour, having to bait them in and hope that if he did the pathing right, no clamps will get in.
Oh,
But
he's actually using the firebomb, bro,
yeah,
which
that's nice.
unfortunately missed.
Oh,
Hopefully he has more for Bed of Chaos.
yeah,
Or he
you
could
can
buy them at
buy.
the DLC.
Yeah, he can buy more. We see that. Luckily, oh, Red died.
Oh,
Red,
that's
not Red. I died. Oh, Red did get a clam, but thankfully nothing went bad with that. And Ike just died to setting up RTSR with consistent night. Thankfully, that's not a huge time loss because it's
did he
very close to the dump bonfire.
did he die to the magic? I wasn't looking. Was it the
I
magic
think
or
he died to
the?
the magic. Yeah, he got too
Yeah.
close for he got too close to consistent night, and then after consistent night attacked him, the magic hit him. I think I wasn't paying close attention. I was looking at red, but I think that's what happened. Also, thank you, Kata, for the raid and welcome raiders. We are watching.
Very close race.
Yeah, we're watching a
Very
very
good
close
race.
race. Ike is still ahead because he has one more boss dead than Red does, and his route is a little bit faster. But anything could happen still.
Yeah, and Butterfly isn't a huge. It's not a super far away boss or anything, so it's not a huge difference. But we'll.
Yeah, I mean it takes longer because you have to get there, and like it's quite a a run to reach it. The boss dies in like 3 seconds, but getting there takes like a minute. Congrats on your 10402, Kata.
So Ike does have RTSR, and Red chose not to. I guess I wasn't actually looking if he just missed it, but you can see the
Yeah.
damage is still insane. So
Yes. I guess Red just chose to not do RTSR because Sif can be very annoying and things can go wrong. Like he can step on you a couple times and kill you. And we see Ike getting a pretty bad Sif fight after trash talking Magic Sif and being all proud of how good DT Sif is and how superior it is. He actually got a very bad fight with it. Again, Sif is a very RNG boss. He can start jumping over and it will be bad regardless. If you're doing melee or if you're doing sorcery, if he decides that he will jump all around, you won't be able to hit him ever.
Yeah,
So
speaking of RNG bosses, we have another one coming up for both the runners, which is Guardian, Sanctuary Guardian. So we'll see how that goes.
yeah, and now Red is killing Butterfly, which he had yet to do, and we see Red is doing using Heavy Soul Arrow because that's all the magic he has, which is quite a bit slower than the Soul Spears that I had. So Butterfly is a little bit slower for him. Now our players are even in bosses. Ike is a little bit ahead because of that that advantage he had previously.
Yeah, I should pull even farther ahead.
Yes,
Once
the DLC.
once the DLC is done, assuming nothing goes wrong.
Yes. So we see here Ike picking up the set, Dusk set, which we only care about the crown. Everything else is just for fashion. I wonder if we are going to be seeing any. If we're going to be seeing Ike equip it for the memes. I doubt it, but who knows. And yeah, here we have Guardian, one of the most annoying bosses in the run. Not because he's hard, but because he's very RNG. He can be shooting lightning at you for years and not let you punish him.
Yeah, that
Hopefully,
was only 2 lightning, not too bad.
yeah, that wasn't too bad. Ike getting rid of that annoying boss very quickly, actually, and with no problem. Hopefully, Red gets a similar time with his Guardian. It will be the same for Red because at this point both players have the same melee damage, both have the same stats, and both have DT +5.
Yeah, so I didn't take the bonfire. I was curious if he was going to.
Yeah, that bonfire is pretty peachy because you lose a lot of time if you die to Artorias because if I die to Artorias, which is the next boss he will be fighting, he would have to come back from the garden bonfire, which is the last bonfire he rested at, and it's like 3.5 minutes of a run. That would be a huge time loss.
Yes,
See now,
but luckily Artorias dies really fast.
yeah.
So it's pretty simple, but you... Oof. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. That was unfortunate. He angled that last running attack a little bit too far to the right, and the second hit missed. The second hit is the one that staggers the boss. So since he hit, the boss didn't stagger and just hit him in the head with his head.
That's a decently long run back.
Yeah.
Although Ike is having some move swap
Yeah,
trouble.
Ike is struggling with moves up. Also, Ike just did a glitch that we didn't comment, which is meme rolls. It's a very simple glitch. It involves being in a very specific weight, equip load, if you want to. And if you are in that very specific weight load, equip load, you get to chain rolls mid-air in a very fancy way, like you saw Ike did. Also, Ike just got rid of Artorias. It got kind of hairy, the fight. He had to wait for him to back up, but it went well. So the meme rolls let you chain rolls in the air, and with what that allows is that when you reach the floor, if you're rolling and your rolls are timed correctly, you will have the iframes from the roll, and therefore you will iframe the fall damage. And that is very useful because we use that to skip through areas, avoiding lethal damage, like we saw Ike did with the elevator. He just threw himself in the elevator hole and
So
survived.
for Gwendolyn, we're looking for not that. We're looking for arrows. He did get the good magic, which sets up RTSR.
Yeah.
But you don't
Close.
really want to see any magic, to be honest. You'd want to see arrows, which we're not seeing, unfortunately.
With worth mentioning that if you get the RTSR. If you set up RTSR with the orb, yeah, and he just got too close. He just got
that's
very
really
unlucky.
unfortunate. Yeah, really unlucky.
He tried doing what I was going to mention that you can do, which is, since you have RTSR, Gwendolyn dies in just one running attack, so you can usually you want to wait specifically for the arrows to be safe to go for it and stagger him before he teleports. But if you have RTSR, you can just go ahead with the orb attack, with the opening that the orb attack leaves you, and attack him while he's teleporting, and you kill him. But I just got a little bit unlucky. He tried going for it, and he got the soul masses, so he had to cover, and Gwendolyn left. Thankfully, he didn't die, so it took a little bit longer than it should have. But he's still very much ahead because Red had died to Guardian, which he managed to kill.
Yep.
Red is heading to for Artorias now.
And Red actually doesn't have Hidden Body, or doesn't have it attuned, so he actually is taking a different path through the forest here.
Yeah, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it attuned because he just got it from Elizabeth, as opposed to Ike, who got it like a lot earlier in the run. Is that enough damage? I think it is. It's very close, but I think it will be enough damage for Ike. For this Goffless Calamite setup that we do, we take a little bit of falling damage before going for the fight. As you see, Ike is missing a little bit of health.
He's good. He's good.
Yeah, he's good. Because that allows us to, with that drop, that big drop that I just did, that allows us to get into RTSR range. If I hadn't got that fall damage in the at the beginning, he wouldn't have had enough damage. He would have had to remove DCR, Duskground Ring, to have RTSR. So now, I'm not hearing Ike, so I don't know if that last Soul Spear hit. It looked a little bit late,
Yeah,
but I don't know. It maybe hits. It maybe hit and maybe didn't.
Yeah, he's also muted for me, so we don't know. Basically, Calamite's going to take 8 hits, and you can get 4 on each cycle to do 2 cycles, but the last one you can't really see if it hits. You just have to listen.
Yeah.
So
I think that's good.
Okay, it hit because he's getting ready to leave.
Yeah. Calamite is down. We saw, keep in mind how quick that was, as opposed to what Dread is going to have to do now, which Dread just killed Artorias very, I don't want to say easily, but he died, and there were no complications in that fight. So now Red is going to have to kill Gwendolyn, which Red, actually worth mentioning, Red doesn't get to do the setup, RTSR setup that Ike did with Gwendolyn, that taking the damage from the orb. So he doesn't have access to that cool opportunity to punish him and kill him in one hit.
Well, he could put the ring on and do it.
No, because you need the crown. You need the crown because the crown not only gives you more damage, it also gives you more. It makes you take more damage from magic.
Yes, that's something I completely forgot.
It's actually the crown that makes you take more damage and actually be at RTSR. If you didn't have the crown, you wouldn't take enough damage. So we see Ike is heading to loot Dark Bead, which is a spell that's more busted than any glitch in the game. It deals a lot of damage and is very fast and very good in general. And then he's gonna be headed to Manus, while we see Red is heading towards Calamite, but where I got to just go ahead and kill Calamite, Red is going to have to go there, wait a little bit for him to leave, and then leave himself, because that actually like activates Calamite being there. And after that, he's going to have to go talk to Goff, have Goff shoot Calamite, and then come back and actually fight him.
Also needs the key for Goff. there's a few extra steps. Yeah.
The key also, we will see that as Ike just did the meme rolls to get down and just went ahead to the Ulasil thing. I don't the how is it called? Dungeon, I think it's called, something like that.
Yeah.
Where Manus is, the chasm, the Chasm of the Abyss, I think it is. I don't remember. Anyway, well, I got to go straight for Manas. We will see now. Red is going to have to take a stroll. He will let us see more of the area, which is a very
Oh,
good area. Oh,
he
that's fine. He
he's
double
fine.
KO'd. It's fine. He double KO'd. Oh, Red just missed the meme rolls. This is
Yeah, I
what I was
mistimed
talking
it.
about earlier. The meme rolls or air rolls are not just a matter of just spamming roll while falling, because you actually want to be within the iframes of the roll when you touch the ground. And what we saw there was Red rolled either too early or too late. Probably too early. I don't think it's possible to roll too late for this one because you roll at the last possible
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
He probably rolled too early, and that meant that when he landed, his roll was ending, and he didn't have iframes, so he just died from fall damage. That
So
second time
Ike,
he did it right.
Ike was trying to get right on the edge of the elevator there, because he wants to minimize the quit outs he needs to do here. Especially for a tournament, you wanna make sure you do this skip well.
Yeah, Ike is currently doing the hardest skip in the game because all the good runners die.
Apparently the hardest, yes.
Yeah, all the good runners die to it, and me. And and meanwhile, Red is doing that. Is getting for that stroll we mentioned earlier. Oh, and he is having to actually throw a Lloyd's talisman to this mimic to get the key, which is in the mimic has the key for Goff, and now he's heading towards where Ike just headed straight after getting there. So you see that's like a whole minute and something that you lose, that Red loses, that Ike doesn't have to. But this means that we get to see Red do progress pathing, the original progress pathing, which is to the left, while Ike did the dextral progress pathing that I patented, which is the same thing but going for the right instead of the left.
Yeah, Ike is on good pace right now.
Yeah, Ike
I don't
is
think he's had any major
currently.
mistakes.
I can think of. I think he had something, but I don't remember what it was. I think he's fine. Yeah, I think he's just.
Like nothing too major. Of course, Gwendolyn, but I don't. Yeah, maybe I'm forgetting something. But
No. I think he. Well, he did RTS. He did.
oh yeah. He died to RTSR setup before Sid.
Yes.
It's very minor
Yeah, it was
for a
very
death.
minor. And Ike is already in the cleanup, what we call the cleanup section of the run, which is when he already has all the damage in the world he might want. He has a Dark Beat, he has Dust Crown, he has RTSR, he has a 99 intelligence. Red is struggling with the. Yeah,
Yeah, I
Red
think
just died to picking up the Dark Beat. I don't know exactly how that happened because I was watching Ike, but
I wasn't
it
really
should be
watching, but
fine.
he seemed like he
Yeah.
gave up, and the goal changed to just picking it up before he died.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
he took the bonfire, so
He did.
he didn't lose that much time. He doesn't need to go pick up his souls or anything, so he can now just go straight for Menace.
Yeah, it's actually really, really good. He took the bonfire. I think it's a little harder to pick up in the old route.
Yeah,
I
because
didn't
in the
see if
old
he got
route,
the extra kill, though. I guess he didn't if he took the bonfire. It actually spawned the extra dude, which
yes,
makes it harder.
it makes it hard because in the new route, since you have Soul Spear, you just Soul Spear pierces through enemies, so you can just shoot. There's 3 enemies in front of the Dark Beat pickup, which are 2 monkeys and a sorceress. But you can shoot the monkey, the closest monkey to you, and line him up with the sorceress. So you just use one soul arrow to kill both of them, and then you use the other one to kill the one on the right. Instead, with the heavy soul arrow, you need to kill every enemy individually, which takes longer.
Red also getting the Dark Rain. Not the attack you want to see during the Manus fight.
Yeah, that loses a lot of time in the fight. But meanwhile, Ike is no problem going through Isolate, killing all those bosses, which are not a big deal. They are bosses that, as I mentioned earlier, he has a lot of damage, so those bosses die very quickly.
Yep, getting both fire bombs easily. He did the second one pretty quick too, which is nice. And then you can just dark bead through that last branch.
Which saves a roll.
Yeah, also nice if Bed of Chaos is charging up the Firestorm, then you can actually kill the bug a little earlier before you potentially die.
And here you might have thought that that Red was finally going to fight Calamite, but no, he still has one more thing to do before he can do that. He has to talk to Goff. And this is the big difference that we've been mentioning throughout the race. And this is that this takes a lot of time. And yeah, we see that also. Not only Ike did have Ike has been having a very good run. He's been doing very well, but also just Red is having to spend a lot more time in the DLC than Ike did. And yeah, we will see Ike getting rid of Ceaseless Discharge with just 2 casts of Dark Beat if everything goes right. And we're going to be seeing Red fighting Calamite for the first time in today, because both me and Doug did Goffless the same way Ike did. And this is the reason. This is another reason why Goffless is preferred, because it's just shooting him in the air. While you will see that this fight, it can go very cleanly if you get good RNG, and it can be the worst fight in the run if you get bad RNG, because Calamid is a very annoying dragon. He's very mean. So hopefully everything goes well for Red, and he will get rid of Calamid in 3 running attacks.
Yeah, we'll see. See if he gets the good fire breath opening. And then Ike heading down to Nito, cleaning up the bosses. Oh, he did get a good opening for Calamite.
That's nice. That's the best opening you can get. And it's a little bit scary to be standing there after that, because he can do a very fast jump attack where he jumps forward, and it's not really dodgeable if you're right there, but he didn't get it. And he got a very, very fast Calamite. That was a very good RNG and very good execution. And now Red is finally done with the DLC, and he's going to be proceeding to that cleanup phase that we mentioned, where he's going to be doing the Isolate bosses, the Nito segment, 4 Kings, and Capra and Gaping.
Capra, yeah. Ike is actually quitting out here. I guess even though it's slower RTA, you can get blocked by the skeletons at the top of this ramp.
Yep.
So
you can do some cheeky hidden bodying to avoid that, but yeah, quitting out is safer.
Or he could have also just been muscle memory taking over.
Yeah.
Hard to say, for sure.
You can also kill the skeletons. Well, as pointed out by Tak. Yeah, we see the last occurrence of meme rolls in the run by Ike to get down, skip the whole section of the catacombs, go from top to bottom in a couple seconds very cleanly. Didn't bump into a skull or anything, so
and neither
hopefully last.
Neither runner died to Fire Sage elevator clip. But
imagine.
Big congrats to them.
We see Red struggling a little bit with his menuing. He was struggling to find his catalyst to finish off Fire Sage, which we didn't mention how Fire Sage elevator clip works. It basically, you quit out a bunch of times at the edge of the elevator facing outwards. So in this game, when you load back in, for some reason, your character gets pushed back a little bit. So, and also it happens that that elevator takes a little bit longer to load than your character does. So by using that pushing back every time you get a quit, you quit out and load back in, you eventually get pushed into the elevator because you load before the elevator and you clip through it and you fall the way you saw both runners do. And you get to fall on top of them. The only reason that you don't die after doing that, if you fall on top of Fire Sage, which since Fire Sage is a copy of Asylum Demon, he has the same plunge animation that Asylum Demon has. So you can plunge him and you don't get any fall damage, and you also deal a lot of damage to him. And
Yeah,
then
not every boss can be plunged. They have to have that special property. So it's very lucky that Fire Sage does.
Yeah. If they had done an actual original boss for that skip wouldn't be possible. So thank you, Miyazaki, for being lazy, I guess. Not lazy, but having development issues like deadlines and stuff
Yeah,
probably was what happened. This whole area isolated is very rushed. Like
yes,
you
you can
see
tell there was a
the
deadline.
copy paste of enemies and very I don't want to say bad bosses, but yeah, very bad bosses. So yeah, there you have Ike getting rid of Nito with no. All of the bosses are bad. Okay, Regal. I I I I like
It's
Gaping
hard to
Dragon.
disagree.
So yeah, we see Ike got rid of Nito with no problem. He's heading for Four Kings, and after Four Kings, he only has the two early game bosses in Capra Demon and Gaping Dragon, which will die very swiftly because they are early game bosses, and Ike has a lot of damage. Bed of Chaos is a peak of gaming. I
Oh,
mean,
gaming. I read that as gambling. At first, I
gambling.
was like, okay, but
No,
gaming makes more sense.
that's actually fighting
Oh,
Calamite melee.
there's a lot of bosses that are gambling.
Like for example, doing repost quit out Gwen at the end of the run, where you can just get fast attacked and die. That's pretty much gambling
Well, on
on force
certain
quit.
categories, yeah, on force
Yeah.
quit.
So we see Red here do well. We see Ike doing one skip that's very cool. It's very big. Also, it saves a lot of time, which is called Seal Skip. You basically get to cancel the fall damage using something called slope quit out in this game, where you land on the ground after sliding down a slope. Your death is the damage, the fall damage. Is Red having problems with?
I don't know what he's doing.
He's having a he's like making very sure his setup is right, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
He was making very sure that he didn't mess up the Taki bomb setup, which we will talk a little bit in a bit. I want to finish mentioning the seal skip that we saw Ike do. So in this game, when you fall into a slope and then into to the ground, the fall damage you take is delayed a little bit. So you touch the ground and then like a couple of frames later, you take the damage and die. So you can abuse that to quit out at the very moment your character is at the ground, but the fall damage hasn't happened yet. So you spawn in the ground, but at full health, and you didn't die. And that's what Ike abused there to basically stand under the water and get under the water and go to the reach the Four Kings arena without actually having to either talk to or kill Ingord and not having to drain Anolondo. And yeah, here we
I like
see
Red's
him.
very safe setups.
Yeah.
If it
So
works,
yeah, we
I mean,
see
if
Ike
it works, it works.
finishing with those bosses from the early game that I mentioned. He just one shots Capra and he will three shot Gaping Dragon. And we saw both players use something called Toki bombs, which is one of it's I think it's the single oldest strat that exists that we have for speedrunning. It was maybe
I
it's
think
not the
Duke Skip
first
is
one.
older. I think Duke Skip is older, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I think I remember from Kata's world record history video that Toki bombs were earlier, but I don't know. In any case, both
Oh, you
are
could be
very
right. Yeah.
old. Both are very old, and yeah, Toki bombs is a very cool strat that allows you to complete the puzzle in the Bed of Chaos boss fight, which is to break both arms from the boss, and then you get rid of that barrier that is in the middle, and you get access to the actual boss, which is the bug that you can kill. And yeah, using the particular setup to aim with the bow and throw the bombs in the right spot, you can just kill those, get rid of those arms with the
I was
Ike
wondering
doing.
if he had a plan here, because he just ran
Yeah,
right up, even when
yeah,
the dragon was attacking.
yeah. It was that was weird. That was Ike. I don't know, having fun, I guess.
He must have. I mean, he obviously knew he wasn't gonna die. I was a little
Yeah,
concerned, to be honest.
yeah. No, you can survive with that slam. You usually have that happen when you enter the fight and he doesn't slam, so you have to approach him and shoot him. But I actually got the slam, but he also chose to approach him and get hit for some reason. And now Ike is getting to finish his run. He's going for Gwyn. He will
Ike
hopefully
might.
get a parry.
He might actually PB with this.
I don't know.
Hard to say, but
This run is very close in game time to RTA, so it's not like the time difference between RTA and in-game time is going to be like 5 minutes or more. It's going probably
yes.
to be like 3 minutes, I think, of difference is what usually happens in with this route. So yeah, and Ike's PB is 109, I think,
I
or
think it's a really high 108.
or 108. So yeah, it's going to finish at 113 and a half, kind of RTA. So probably like a 109 or 1010 in-game time. It's close though. It could have been, this run could have been a PB for Ike if he had used in-game time struts. Actually, if
Oh
he
yeah,
had quit out at
probably.
the asylum and at the wall break with the snake and all that.
Oh, I think we're gonna see the catalyst finisher on
Oh
Pinwheel here.
yeah, because here Red has less magic damage than Ike did, so he doesn't one shot Pinwheel with the Dark Beat. Pinwheel survives like at 1 HP, so he just finished it with a bonk with the stick, which is honestly quite cooler than just one shotting him. And yeah, there you go. Ike just finished. He
Yeah,
killed Gwyn,
he
and it's
chose not
gonna
to
be,
do the parry, which is probably
yep,
smart because he's had a really good run. Don't want to mess it up.
yep.
And yeah, that was a really nice run from him.
Yeah, show IGD, Ike.
Oh, there.
And
It's got to be like a
Red,
109 something.
yeah, probably.
10. Yeah, that's like 20 seconds off his PB approximately.
Yeah.
19
So
seconds.
very good run for Ike. No shame to Red losing to that. That was a very good run. So and Red is going like, Red is not super like, Red's run is not bad
No,
so
it's
far.
not.
Like it's a pretty decent run.
Yeah, I mean, Red's his tournament or his round one run was an hour and 32 minutes real time. So that's that's a really nice improvement compared to his first round.
Yeah, I mean, he isn't done yet. Let's not curse him, but
That's
yeah,
true. That's true.
it's it's been going very well for him so far. So let's hope he can finish at this pace. Hopefully no meat. So hopefully I used all of the Nito memes and no one else will have to go through that again.
I think all the screams have been used up. So
Yeah.
and
Screamed
then
for,
that last race.
yeah, he screamed like 7 times for me.
Yeah, and Duck also got screams, so
Oh, Dak also got screams.
or he got at least one, maybe two. Yeah, no scream, luckily.
Yeah. Also,
No.
this. No, my God, Red, why? God damn it, Nito. God damn you. Man, I really don't want to curse, but that, what a boss, man.
Yeah, that same attack is getting everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I walked into it because I thought he was dead, right? I thought I was killing him with the dark beat. That's why I walked into it. But yeah, you just you have to walk a little bit to the right to strafe that attack. That's the attack that killed one of Alibaba's PB too. I'm sorry, man. I was rooting for him. I didn't want anything bad to happen. I thought he was good. Damn, you need to just you silly pile of bones, useless, slow, annoying, and you're nothing without your skeletons. Also, like who are we
That's
kidding?
true.
Like, who are we kidding? You are nothing without the skeletons. Anyway, we see Red not doing the meme rolls this time. I don't know if he didn't do the meme rolls the other time either. I missed
He
that.
didn't, no. Also, I should say, I think we still have one more race today coming up, I believe. I will double check, but stay tuned.
Yeah.
Don't leave yet.
I'm pretty sure no wrong warpers in chat will agree with me that Nito is the worst.
Oh, did it? Never mind. I think I'm lying. I think
Anyone
it's actually
who
tomorrow.
Yeah, we don't have any more races today. We have 3 we had one more race today, but we had to postpone that.
Oh, okay. I must have remembered
Yeah,
an outdated
it was
schedule.
Alibaba was playing Newbie tonight, but that had to be postponed because Newbie had some personal stuff happen.
Right.
He's moving, I think. So that will be next weekend, I think, if everything goes right. But tomorrow we have 3 races. We have, let me check. I don't have the.
I got it open here.
Okay,
We have.
go ahead and read it for us.
We have at 2. Well, I'm gonna use EST time. At 2 p.m. EST, we've got Catalyst and Alibaba. Sorry, that's commentators. So we have Regal versus Sass. Regal versus Sass. And then right after that, we've got Q versus me. And then shortly after that, Sappy versus Static. So lots of races tomorrow. 2 p.m. EST, 4 p.m. EST, and 7 p.m. EST.
Yeah. So I was mentioning to Phil the time and roasting Nito that anyone who has done Stone set Nito in the past, like melee Nito, mainly in Northern Warp, knows how bad that boss is and hates it because he's very annoying. He's very slow. He's very RNG. He screams. His skeletons just come back, and it's very annoying. It can very easily kill a run. Not only by killing you, but just by making you go slow because you have to log the skeletons and heal and all that. He can spam explosions and yeah, he's spamming screams over and over again. Hopefully, this time
Red's gonna have
Red
to
is
kill the
playing it
skeletons again.
he's playing it very safely. He's going to kill the skeletons again. He's getting another scream.
This is very concerning.
Another skeleton survived, which is exactly what happened to me, but he managed this time.
Oh,
He
he
didn't get greedy. He's going,
he was
that's
scared. The skeletons were coming back, so
okay. That's
pretty spooky.
smart, kind of, but he's going to run out
Yeah.
of dark beats. He only has 3 dark beats. I don't think that's enough. I think he needs 4. So I don't know how he's going to manage. Is he going to be doing?
Oh no, he He's gonna have
Oh,
to get RTSR with the ring on, I think is what he's trying.
yeah, I think you can do that. I think if you equip the ring after the fall, you have RTSR still. But yeah, he's going. He doesn't realize that, and he's going to be doing move swap, which is going to be very concerning. He's just going to no.
No,
He changed his mind.
I guess, is he gonna do a plunge here to avoid fall damage, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know if that's. I don't know what he's going to do. Maybe he's hearing us and he changed his mind about doing move swap. And maybe he heard me and
Oh,
he's going to be doing what I said about.
this is a roller coaster of.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
he is move swapping. I think what he wants to do is ow, I think he's out of hidden bodies. Maybe no, he has.
no.
Oh yeah, that's what. Okay, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to no. Oh my God, this is a roller coaster. I think if he equips DCR now, he still has RTSR and he has enough casts. I think.
Oh, his first cast missed Nito, so it
Yeah, that's
might
not
not
gonna
work.
be enough.
But he can use Dragon Tooth. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, and do Dragon Tooth
Although
and
I don't know if it's. Oh, I wasn't sure if that last one was gonna kill him.
oh my God, that was so close. GG to Red for managing that. That wasn't fast, but that was clever. Or he managed. He did better than
Anything
me.
not to die. Yeah.
He did better than me. So congrats, Red, on managing that actually. And now Red is heading to the last bosses in the run, which are oh no, Red still has 4 kings left.
Yeah, I
Aside
think so.
from Capra and Gaping. Yeah, this run from Red has turned to a huge roller coaster of emotions.
Maybe it was my fault for saying the improvement since round
Yeah,
one.
maybe it was my fault for mentioning that that everything could go wrong still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Commentator's curse. Strikes again.
It's Nito's fault. It's a trash boss. I'm trying so hard not to curse, but yeah, it's very hard not to curse with.
He quit out too early, I think.
Yeah, that quit out was too early. He's going to have to kill Capra again. You want to wait for his knees to touch the ground. That's the cue that at least I use for the quit out.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this might be an issue with the
And the
dogs.
dogs.
With no hidden
Yeah,
body.
because he doesn't have hidden body now.
Yeah. I was
that
wondering if he was gonna run away and heal up and then go back up the stairs, but he just went right in.
Yeah. He was also low health because he traded with Capra.
Yeah.
Which didn't help either. But well, he gets to try again. It's fine.
Yeah, I wonder if he just kind of panicked a little bit on that first fight when he got hit and ended up quitting out too early. It's maybe, I don't know. Wasn't expecting to get hit.
Yeah, it could be nerves too. Like, for example, I just if you were watching my race, like the previous race, I boned too early at Ceaseless, and it wasn't for anything in particular other than I was just nervous and I just boned too early for some reason. For some reason, it worked. I don't understand how that. We didn't mention that in the interview, but that worked. I didn't get the victory achieved. Message, and I didn't notice that I got the soul, so I went back there and I found out that the boss was dead. Oh my God, that's such a meme. Yeah, he got blocked by the thief. He got. Yeah. You want to ideally you want to go left, so you bait the thief to go to move with you, far away from the wall, to not have that happen. And well, the boss is still dead, so he just has to do lower in that berg, skip again, and then go straight for gaping. Hopefully no more memes.
Oh,
Oh, he didn't have the rapier equipped, so he didn't
I don't
get.
even. Yeah, I don't think he used it before. Did he?
I don't know.
I
I
think he
wasn't
also
paying
punched
attention to
before.
that.
Oh, he just
He's
dark
been
beated
punching him the
him.
whole time. Yeah,
Oh, he
get
just dark
hacked,
beated the. Yeah.
get wrecked, thief. So yeah, hopefully no more memes. Doing a peachy hidden body here to avoid getting memed by these hollows, which they can be very mean.
Yeah. Luckily, no crash there. That's a very common place for the game to crash.
Mm. After Gaping Dragon, we still have 4 kings left before Gwyn. I mentioned it earlier, but another time loss that Red has because of the route against compared to Ike is that he doesn't get to kill only one king, as we saw Ike do. He's going to have to wait for the second king to spawn. Still, 2 kings is still plenty fast. Like we are used to seeing 4 or in the best case scenario 3 in casual playthroughs. Being able to only kill 2 of the kings is very fast, but being able to kill only one, then that's omega speed.
Yeah, it's like 30 or something seconds, around 30 seconds faster
Yeah, around 30 seconds. It's what it takes
than
for
two
the
kings.
second one to appear. Yeah, we're going to be seeing Red probably set up RTSR with the elevator. He just removed the Duskron ring without equipping the Pact of Artorias. He
I'm guessing
hopefully
he'll do it now.
remembers.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, there you go.
Or no,
No,
he didn't.
he equipped Duskron ring again. Maybe it was a
Yes,
misclick. So he hopefully probably maybe he equipped it to take less fall damage there.
I think so. Yeah, just playing it safe.
I'm just hoping he remembers before dropping in there.
Oh, yeah,
And we are
he's doing it. He's doing it.
okay. Good. Well done, Ren. Don't. I've definitely I killed one run to doing that once
Oh,
to
I think
dropping in.
in a recent run I did. I fell and then remembered as I was falling.
Oh no, I remember when I died. I was like, "What the hell? Why did I die?" And then I noticed that
Yeah,
for some reason I usually just ring swap, like switch one ring for the other instead of unequipping one and then re-equipping the other. What is that setup?
he's doing the he's gonna quit out over and over and move backwards every time, and it actually is a
Oh,
very safe but slow setup.
oh. Brett famously hates sales skip. See that? Since I'm a noob in the community, I didn't know that. I didn't actually know this setup. I've
It's as you can see, it's very slow, but yeah.
yeah. Yeah, using the same principle as the fire sage elevator clip that we explained earlier.
Yeah. Oh no, and then the one quit out that matters. He
No, oh my god.
accidentally went into the wrong menu.
Yeah,
Unfortunate.
dying to seal skip community. I feel you, Red. That hurts after all that setup. Yeah, RTA killer.
Oh. It's
You
going on a
see, yeah,
rampage.
yeah. Take that, Chris Fallen. Yeah, you could have felled me or something, I guess. Yeah, he sucks. So take that. So yeah, we will probably see. Yeah, he equips it now because he got um, less full damage than he did before. I'm pretty bad at seal skip too.
Oh
I
no.
no.
Okay,
Oh no.
he saved it.
Oh god, that haunts me. The idea of that happening to me always scares me. because that's actually that was a very quick. Thanks for that it was a roll and not a jump. He had more time to quit out, but the kill box for that is very high,
Yeah, it is.
and you have very little time to quit out there. So good for him getting that quit out.
Well,
No, damn it. Yeah, this is a pretty tricky skip. You have to quit out at a very specific time. The window is very small, and the queue for it is not like super like intuitive.
I think what happened there was he didn't walk straight, so he was at a slight angle, and then he didn't
Yeah.
actually get the slope, like the vacuum slope, I guess, where it
Yeah,
pulls you
that
down.
too. That too. You have to walk very. You have to slow walk off the edge straight to get the what Nak just referred to as a slope, vacuum slope. No, you don't. Okay, Regal.
Oh, I was gonna say, does that ring even double fall damage? I don't think it does.
No, I don't think
But
it
he
does.
tried. Good try.
But yeah, you have to like be very close to the edge when you drop, so you get what Nax referred to as vacuum slope, which is like for some reason the the edge just like sucks you in and you fall like very close to the wall. If you actually walk off, you just get a normal fall and you just die immediately and you don't get to do the slope quit out that I mentioned earlier when Ike was doing this.
Oh
He's going.
no.
Oh, oh no. This is rough for Red. We might see Red taking notes from me and wrong warping.
Oh, well, at least he got bench jump. That'll save like about 30 minutes, so we're good.
Yeah,
he saved up the time.
he won on style points.
Yeah, he basically just won.
Basically, get wrecked, Ike. You lost. At least Red has a valid timer.
Chose
Yeah,
not to do RTSR for some reason.
he just doesn't care anymore,
I
I
guess,
think.
yeah.
Although maybe without RTSR, he's gonna have trouble like actually killing the kings. I don't know if he's gonna have enough casts. Maybe he plans on finishing. Maybe he just forgot. I don't know. Maybe he's just
Yeah.
tilted and
Oh,
forgot to.
no, he's
He's actually
not doing the
doing.
skip.
Okay, you get to see. Actually, you are going to get to see
There-
like what you are actually meant to do in this area for
There's
the
a
first
game
time in
over
the
here?
tournament. Yeah, there's a
When
game.
did
It
they add this
sucks.
area?
This area is very bad. I hate this area. And these ghosts are very annoying.
Oh, he tried to go for the window skip.
Oh yeah, you can only do that skip in PTDE
Uh,
actually. That it doesn't work on remaster. I
oh,
tried.
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It,
Well, at least I
it
didn't
might be
get
just
to.
really hard.
Yeah, it might be
But
really hard, but I don't know. I tried it a lot and didn't get. Um. But yeah, I also suck. So yeah, it might work, and I just didn't get it ever. It is just super garbage. So yeah, usually without that skip, which is very nice because it skips all that nonsense that you saw there by Red getting hit by skeletons, by ghosts. Where is he going?
oh well, he has to get the key. So
Yeah,
he's
but
going up to Ingward and he's baiting all the ghosts
oh,
away
he's
from the
baiting
ladder.
everyone around.
Yeah, he doesn't want to die on the ladder.
He isn't doing the insane hitless setup, which I know this is gonna make an embarrassment of myself. But there's a hitless setup that is consistent for getting up here without the ghosts following you. You have to bait them all the way to the mechanism and then come back. It's super
That's
dumb.
very scuffed.
Yeah, but it works. And you have to actually go over the building. Like you have to walk on top of the building so the ghosts follow you up and then you drop to the door and go fast so they don't follow you. Yeah, it's super it's super concerning.
Yeah, I wonder if he could have killed Ingward with Dark Bead. I kind of doubt it.
Yeah,
But
you probably would like hit him with only one bead, and without
Duck says
RTSI.
Duck says he's pretty sure you can. So I trust Duck on that.
I mean, Duck is very known for strat terrorism, so maybe he's just trying to bait someone to do that in a run and die.
Well, yeah, I should clarify: killing Darkbead at the bottom, not not right in front of his face.
Also, Red going for a safer drop than just dropping straight for the thing.
Oh wow!
And
Wow,
he's
even
doing,
has a setup here.
yeah. There's a different setup. You can go like at full health from the mechanism and drop straight into the level where you just go as straight to the fog gate as you can, and then drop on the one thing on the right instead of the left, and that's good. But yeah, apparently Red had a different
Oh
setup, which
no!
was, no, my god. At least, okay, listen, listen. At least everything, like there's no water, so he can just go straight to find the
True.
boss again,
True.
and he gets to show us bench skip. Oh, he missed bench skip.
Ah.
Well,
Then
second
he
time's
got
a
it
charm.
again, so that's another hour saved.
Yeah, the
Yep.
king. You can know where the first king is going to spawn if you like enter the fight normally. Um, it's basically, if you at least if you do the setup by mentioning where you drop on the thing on the right, it's just going straight from where the thing points at, if that makes sense. And then the other one is to your left, back left from where the king is. They actually have a kind of diagonal setting where the first one is at the bottom, then one is at the left, and then all of them are like in line.
Oh, very concerning setup.
Nice.
I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know if he'll survive this though. Oh, okay, yeah, he's
Uh,
good. He's good.
yeah, and he
And
gets to
now
do
that the
this.
water's drained, he can do seal skip much easier.
Yeah. That was a perfect seal skip drop.
That's true.
Congrats, Red, you seal skip.
Oh, where?
Oh, he's
He
going
runs
way.
really. He went really far.
Yeah. I was actually concerned he might have walled outside of the arena, because that's the place where you enter the arena dropping from there. I think it's very close to the edge of it. But I guess if he dropped there, it's because he knows.
Yeah, he's probably done it before.
He's just shield BMing me for doubting him. This song is great.
Now we just wait. This is why one king is so much faster.
Yep. This song is very good, actually. It's one of the best ones in the game. Did
I don't know
he
what.
was considering doing some meme, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe he was thinking about going drop on top of Nico. I don't know if Nico's there by that point. I guess not.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, maybe he was probably just going to kill pitchers for the memes. Clear firelink percent. And Nico's going when you enter catacombs. Anyway, we are finally getting to the end of this run, which like almost half of the run was died to the seal skip and the Nito memes. Red had a very good run up until that point.
Nice little stab on the Black Knight,
Yeah,
just for fun.
just because of you hit me, I hit you, I guess.
Is he gonna stab this one? Oh no. Probably a smart decision.
Yeah, that one is scary. Actually, the axe one is the one that scares me the most.
That one always looks scary, but it's actually very safe.
Yeah, like it scares me because I don't know the axe moveset. I've never parried. Well, I have, but not a lot. So when I see him approach him, like, well, I will just trust that going left always works, and
Yeah, he
it
won't hit
does.
you unless he'll hit you if you like toggle near him and break his AI.
Yeah,
But if you
yeah,
don't do
I've done
that, then you're
that.
fine.
I actually learned very recently that you shouldn't toggle in the kiln because it messes up
Yes,
their AI,
I think
which is
I
something.
lost a good no wrong warp run to that once.
Dang,
That's when I
which is
learned.
something. It's something that it's worth mentioning up. For some reason, when you toggle your weapon in this game, it can mess up enemy AIs. So in places like the kiln, you want to just not do that in order for them to behave correctly. Yeah, take that win.
Just beating Gwyn while he's down.
Yeah, he deserves it. If you've ever
There we
done,
go.
if you've ever done move swap win, you know he deserves it.
He even
He's
stopped
worth.
his timer at 1411411.
Nice. That's
Totally planned.
yeah. All of those deaths were intentional. So I think we have our runners here with us to for a little bit of chat after the race. Hello guys, welcome. GG Ike on the race.
Thank
GG
you.
Red on finishing that. That was a lot of I don't know how to say it. Like you did what I couldn't. You finished the run, so so congrats on that.
How do you feel about that run, Ike?
Um,
That's really close to a PB for you. So
it's like I think it's a minute off my PB. My
oh,
I didn't submit a 108.818, but yeah,
okay.
sub 10, sub 110. Um, worst DT SIF ever. So serves me right, I guess.
Yeah, yeah,
And
that
then
was poetic justice.
yeah, and then before that, I died to consistent knight's servant. So yeah, that was great. And then 2 cycle Gwendolyn. So quite a few memes, but I did all right, I guess.
Yeah, it was a good run, by the
Thank you,
way.
thank you.
Um, do you want to say anything, Red, or are you done with?
Can we talk about the first half of the run? Thanks.
Yeah, we were actually we kind of cursed you because we were talking about how good your run was right as you were approaching Nito, and then everything went south.
Yeah.
We kind of commented or cursed you. That was very
I
good
don't know.
up until that point.
I was on like a 4-minute PB pace at each other thing. Pretty decent.
Anyway, thank you guys for racing. You were both great. GGs to both.
GG Red.
Ike, you are advancing and you are going to be facing. Let me check 1 second.
Isn't it the winner of QQV next?
Yes, me or Q.
Okay, so you're going to be facing either one of those. We don't know yet. And Red, I think we can know you're going to be facing Pink in
Yeah.
the lower bracket. So yeah, that's it for that's going to be unless any of the runners want to say anything.
Did you guys hear me
That's
singing?
yeah, we heard you
Oh
singing
jeez. Okay.
once for like 20 seconds, then Rigo muted, and then I heard you sing too because I didn't have you muted on the stream that I was watching on your stream, and I got very confused because I heard singing, and I was the only one to hear that because I wasn't hearing it that through the stream or through Discord. I was hearing it that through your stream, and I was like, what the hell is that? Like,
I was
where's
getting
that coming from?
I was getting so nervous, so I was like, okay, I'll just sing to calm myself down a little bit.
Yeah, I recognize the song, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you did. I was like, oh great, and the commentator knows the song too. So
Yeah.
thanks for introducing me to that.
So anyway, thank you guys for racing, and we don't have any more races today. We will have 3 more races tomorrow. As Nax mentioned, we have Regal versus Sass. We also have Static versus Sappy, and we have Nax himself versus QQ, if I'm not mistaken. So that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. A lot of speed tomorrow. You don't want to miss that. And yeah, we are done for today. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to the runners for participating. Thank you, Nax, for commentating with me.
Yeah,
And
that was
thank you, Regal and Ash for putting all the work behind the scenes and for putting this together. And have fun, everyone. Have a good rest of your day. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Thanks for the commentary, guys. See ya.
Yeah.
Thanks for the
See you
comment.
guys.
Bye.